my channel. My name is Lena Lahire, founder of Jaded Nutrition. What do I think about cheat days? What is a cheat day? If you haven't heard what a cheat day is, it's one day of the week where you basically get to throw all your rules about healthy eating out the window. So is this practice healthy, and do I myself practice it, and do I agree with it? I don't like cheat days. I think they're terrible for you. And I used to partake in cheat days back when I first started personal training and working out, because I had the mentality that my diet had to be boring in order for it to be healthy. So then on the weekend, one day, which usually ended up being the whole weekend, I would basically binge. And that's what a lot of people do when they incorporate cheat days into their diet. Trainers are some of the worst people to model after in terms of following a healthy diet. They look like they eat really healthy throughout the whole week, but then they get to the weekend and basically all gloves are off and they just go to town. This isn't just personal trainers, it's lots of people that are really dedicated to their workouts, which is great, and dedicated to healthy eating, which is also great, but they view their diet as something that they need to get through, that it has to be boring, they have to push through it for the entire week, so they have that end goal in sight of the weekend where they basically just eat whatever they can get their hands on. And you know who you are. You know who you are and you know that you do it. Trainers are some of the worst kind of people to model your diet after. So cheat days are a really, really terrible approach to incorporating foods that are less boring into our diet. If your diet is boring throughout the week, you're probably not eating foods that you should. So I know that I used to be really, really strict with the way that I ate during the week. I would eat really bland meals. It would be chicken breast, steamed vegetables, brown rice. It was very like trainer-esque. It was a figure competition mentality of eating, so to say. So on the weekend, because I had been eating foods that I didn't actually enjoy all week, I would just binge. And when you eat foods that are high in sugar, fat, and salt, that's all you want to continue eating. So it's a fanciful notion to say that you'll have one day as a cheat day, but really that hormone response that happens when you eat those foods, you get a big spike and a big drop, and you just want to keep eating. You've kicked in that hormone response to say, I want more of those foods. So that one cheat day actually ends up being Friday, Saturday, and most of Sunday. For most people, cheat days are a recipe for failure. It's going to cause them to spiral downwards in their diet. It's not a healthy way to view your diet. So if I had $1 for every time I heard a trainer talk to their clients about calories in and calories out, or what they should eat during the week, and having their cheat day on the weekend, I would be really rich, and it makes me really frustrated, as you could say. See, it's really important to realize that now this is kind of more for trainers, personal trainers, eating coaches, health coaches that advocate cheat days. Our clients aren't like us. They don't exercise 6 days a week, 2 hours a day. They're not figure competitors. They're not active for their jobs. They sit all day. They don't have that motivation to eat chicken, broccoli, and rice every single meal for every single day of the week, and then get to a weekend where they spend a day eating whatever they want. Our clients aren't like that. Most people aren't like that. So when you treat them the way that you treat yourself, you're setting them up for failure. Cheat days are unhealthy physically, and they're unhealthy mentally as well. If we're feeling like we need to deprive ourselves all week just so we can have that big hurrah over the weekend, our diet is in the toilet. We shouldn't be depriving and restricting ourselves throughout the whole week. That is not what true health is, and that's not what healthy eating is. A lot of people will think that that's what healthy eating is, so then they associate that restriction with health, and they can't sustain it. They can't sustain that healthy diet because it's actually not something that they were ever meant to sustain. So no, I don't like cheat days. And if you practice cheat days and you're finding out that it's just not working for you, or it's making you just want to keep eating more, maybe your cheat day is Friday, and Saturday, basically, it's like, well, I've eaten everything that I wanted to Friday, so might as well just do Saturday as well. And Sunday, you kind of just feel food hungover, so you might not eat as much, but maybe you go to family dinner and you're just like, well, it's the weekend, it's family dinner, right? It ends up not being one day. It ends up being the whole weekend, and you're setting yourself back. Why do you want to set yourself back? Again, if you're eating a diet where you feel restricted and that you have to binge over the weekend, you need to look at what you're eating during the week. Every meal should be enjoyable. It shouldn't be something that you have to get through. You shouldn't be on a diet in order to achieve weight loss and health. That is not what healthy eating is all about. I will say it over and over and over again. Dieting leads to failure. If you're on that constant dieting train, get off now. Get off now, because you've probably been on a dieting train since you were a teenager, and maybe you're in your 40s now, and you spent 20 plus years dieting. How's it working for you? I can tell you it's not working for you, because you wouldn't be watching this video if it was. Get off the dieting train. Get off the dieting train that says you can have a cheat day and you can eat whatever you want over the weekend. Well, actually, don't have a day, just have one meal. That's a new thing, have a cheat meal. I'm just gonna have one cheat meal. You know, I'm all for having things that are not typically what you eat in the week. I go out for fancy dinners, or dinners where we order a dessert at the end. But it could be on a Tuesday. I don't know, it's just whenever I want. I personally like to enjoy what I'm eating. If I don't enjoy every meal that I eat, I'm not feeling satiated. So every single meal of every single day, I enjoy. If I don't enjoy it, I change it. Now that enjoyment, for me, doesn't mean that I'm eating junk food, because I don't actually enjoy that. Because my taste buds have adapted. My chemistry, my body has adapted to liking foods that are whole, unprocessed, unrefined, the least amount of sugar possible. I enjoy eating those foods because that's what I've trained my body to like. I haven't been eating processed foods or high amounts of sugar for a long time now, and I don't miss them. So when I go out to a restaurant, usually the restaurants that I choose are high quality as well, so I know what I'm getting. Even if I have a dessert or the meal is heavier than I would normally eat in the week, I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad when I eat. If you feel bad when you eat, you have a dysfunctional relationship with food and with yourself. That needs to be addressed before eating needs to be addressed. You shouldn't feel bad when you're eating something that you enjoy, especially if it's high quality food. So that's one thing that we really need to get our minds wrapped around, is that eating for pleasure doesn't mean that you're eating things that are bad. There's no bad foods, there's no bad and good foods, there's better and there's worse. So we need to be enjoying what we eat every single meal of every single day, all week. And cheat days become non-existent because every day is enjoyable. Now on the weekend, if you're cutting out sugar and you don't have a lot of desserts, and there's a restaurant that you really like to go to, or there's a recipe that you really like to make that has a little bit more sugar, maybe you do have something like that on the weekend and you treat yourself, but you don't cheat on your diet. You're not cheating on your diet. The only person you are cheating on is you. Your diet does not care what you do. You are cheating on you. That's what I have to say about cheat days. As you can tell, I'm fairly passionate about having a healthy relationship with our body, with ourself, and with our diet. Please let me know what you think in the comments below. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.